a radio remote trigger, which is found on top of the camera right here. You'll see there's a lock with a little arrow. I'm going to want to loosen that by turning it counter the direction of the arrow. This just slides off, and this is the radio receiver. To turn it on, you'll press and hold the on button for about 3 seconds, and you'll see a channel 1 display come on, as well as a green light flashing. That's how you know it's on. Then you'll slide this back onto the camera and put it into the lock position. You'll do this on each camera. Once you get comfortable with the setup, you'll be able to feel where the power button is and just hold it down for 3 or 4 seconds until it turns on. You'll know it's on because you can see the green light flashing on top of the camera. Great. This is the radio remote control. This is what's going to fire all the cameras simultaneously. To turn it on, just press and hold the on button. You'll see a channel 1 display come up. And to make sure that all of your cameras are connected, you're going to press and hold the trigger button, which is this button right here, halfway down. You'll be able to hear all of your cameras beeping. If you don't hear a camera beep, it means it's not connected. When firing the cameras, you hold it halfway down first and then all the way down. Halfway down is what will focus the lens, and then when you press it all the way down, it will fire the camera. So I just saw that all my cameras fired. I'm going to check this side. Perfect. So all my cameras are connected. Now I can go ahead and open all of my programs and get the booth running. Guys, so one of the most challenging and important things of the 180-degree GIF booth is calibrating all the cameras to get a very seamless and smooth shot. In order to do that, we already did a couple things. We made sure that all the cameras were pushed down in the mounts. We zoomed them all the way out, and now we're going to visually look to see if they're centered within their respective lens cutouts. To do this, step back from the booth and see which ones may need to be adjusted. So I can see right here, camera 2 is skewed a little bit this way. In order to adjust it, I'm going to touch the inside of the rim of the lens without touching the glass and carefully move it over to the center of the cutout. I'm going to do this with each one that looks like it's not centered. Awesome. Those look pretty good, so now I can go ahead and take some test shots and make any additional adjustments that I think are necessary. All right, guys, now that we have our cameras calibrated to ensure a smooth shot, it's time to set up our lighting. You should have 3 video lights with the booth. Now, these are fairly easy to set up, but you're gonna wanna set up one on each side of the booth and one behind the booth. Make sure that your light is evenly dispersed across the backdrop so there's as little shadows as possible and people are as evenly lit as possible. We aren't going to go over lighting in this tutorial, but if you have any questions, please touch base with your manager and they'll go over things in more detail. Now it's time to set up the printer. This is fairly easy. If you set up a printer before, this should be a no-brainer. You'll see this stand with your booth. This is your printer stand. All you have to do is unfold it out. Like so. This will go directly behind the booth. Set your printer on it. You want to make sure the rubber feet are all the way on it so it's nice and stable here. Then you'll plug your printer in. and plug the USB in just like you would on your booth. And you're all set. Easy peasy. One of the keys to the 180 booth is to keep all the cords as clean as possible. So you can do this by using the cord ties that come with the booth, but make sure everything is nice and compact. Now that you have your camera array set up, your computer set up, the cameras are calibrated, your printer's connected, and your lighting is evenly dispersed, it's time to set up PicPic. By now you should already know how to do that, but if you don't, please touch base with the manager. As soon as PicPic's up and running, you should be good to go. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or one of your managers. We hope you have a great event, and as always, wow our clients with your fantastic service. Thank you.